I know the NBA PR machine is going to be working overtime this week because it must have been hell for them this past weekend. And on the flip side, it was historical for NBA Twitter. We've had arguably the four faces of the league for the past 30 years all have insane things go on. We've had dirt on burner accounts, IDF investments, the ignorance of genocide, and kid touching. Crazy. Let's start off with the greatest shooter of all time. He may be called that now for other reasons. So the reason why Steph Curry is in this is because he's been found out to have funneled millions of dollars into IDF military tech firms run by previous IDF soldiers and its spyware and surveillance on, of course, Palestinian victims in Gaza. Insane. So apparently he's invested in these companies since the war on Gaza and not previously before, which I think is wild. So let's put the greatest shooter of all time in the bin, unfortunately. Anyway, moving on. So according to a few tweets that I found, including this one and a couple of things I've read, Steph Curry has apparently been invested in these startups since the start of the Gaza genocide, which is inexcusable. But let's move on. To the second face of the league, who probably had the most explosive weekend when it comes to bad news. They're calling him KDF for his investments in Israel, but that's not even the tip of the iceberg, despite that being obviously terrible. They're calling them the KD files. Kevin Durant has had a burner account found out that is allegedly his. And with this burner, he's in a group chat with people. And he is cussing off old teammates, current teammates, old coaches. He's making jokes about his investment in Israel drones. With this burner account, he's in a group chat. There's been screenshots leaked from this group chat. And in those screenshots, he is allegedly cussing teammates, cussing previous coaches, calling coaches racist, making jokes about his investments in Israeli drone companies. Overall, he just sounds like a piece of shit. Allegedly, if this is Kevin Durant, wow. As you can see here, allegedly his burner account is Get Off My Dickerson. Insane name. And he is calling out a coach. He is saying that Alfred Şengün is a franchise player that can't shoot or defend. Insane. He has also called Devin Booker and Frank Vogel dictators, Stalin and Hitler, Mussolini and Kim Jong-un. Bro, this is wild. There are more screenshots about teammates and coaches, which I'll get into in another video, but this is probably the most saddest thing about the whole quote-unquote KD files. Somebody in a group chat shares a tweet saying that Kevin Durant is making money off genocide, wasn't something I'd learned today. And he says, if you need drones, we got you. In a joking manner, which is nothing to laugh about. Very sad. Yeah, the KD files is crazy. KDF is crazy. Moving on to the next face of the league, who is in a bunch of shit this weekend. LeBron James is having a headache of a weekend. He was in a press conference after the All-Star game, and a reporter asked him about Dani Avdija and Israel. Now, LeBron James goes on to say that Avdija is an All-Star, he's having a great year, no one has an issue with that. But here's the issue. When he says that he's heard nothing but good things about Israel, is quite wild. So egregious, so crazy. It went so viral that Mehdi Hassan wrote an open letter on Zateo addressing LeBron James and his comments on Israel. Big Mehdi Hassan writing a letter to LeBron James. Crazy. But the more funny thing is, and this has been doing around, this is fucking hilarious, bro. There's multiple pictures of him with this book, and everyone's saying the same thing. He has not read past page 1. Anyway, going on to the last and probably the most egregious face of the league over the past 30 years, who has had an insane weekend, insanely bad weekend. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the GOAT in many people's eyes. One Daytona 500. His team won Daytona 500. And during the celebration, he did something highly questionable that a lot of people are confused about. There's been a lot of outrage about this. I'm not going to play the video, but I have a screenshot. So there's a video in the celebration where he is tugging on the back of a child's shirt, and then it looks like he's trying to grab his bum or is grabbing his bum, squeezing his bum, then tickles the back of his leg. Some people have come out in defense of Michael Jordan. Some people have come out against Michael Jordan. But this video is wild. It has led many people to revise their GOAT debate. And it has led many people to, I'm sorry, this is so fucking crazy, bro. Like, what is he doing? I don't know what he's doing. I do think it's strange. I'm not going to accuse him of groping a child. I do think that it's a weird place to touch a child. I don't agree with what he's doing. If it was my child, I'd be like, yo, we're swinging. You know what I mean? Anyway. So, yeah, it's been a wild weekend for greats of the NBA this past All-Star. And I think the funniest image I've seen over all of this that we have to end this video with is the next one coming right out. Bro, NBA Twitter is goated. Listen, if you're still here this long, follow the Hooper's voice, more content coming, much love. This is doing the rounds. It's an image of LeBron James holding the autobiography of Malcolm X, and everyone is tweeting saying he did not get past page 1. There are multiple images of this man with this book, and everyone is saying, due to his comments, it is clear to see he has not finished nor gone past the first chapter of said book. Fucking hilarious. Listen, the NBA Twitter is goal to number 1, and if you're still here this long, follow up, more content to come. Much love.